James, I'm just going to open it up to you because you did write the article on CBSSports.com, and the headline was "Why the Premier League All-Star Game is Actually a Great Idea" by Chelsea owner Todd Boehly here. I just want to get your opinion on this one, James, first and foremost, before I know Nigel wants to get in and have a little bit of a dig. Please explain yourself, please.
Look, I am just about of the generation that plays FIFA Ultimate Team and watches the Avengers movies and can't think of anything more exciting than the idea of a team up from, if you know, Bukayo Saka teaming up with Raheem Sterling, except in an England shirt. That bores me. I just think it's a lot of fun. I also think from a football media perspective, and you guys will know this in the States with the sports over there, it's a really fun way of driving conversations, but also like celebrating players that have had really good seasons. I know we have the PFA Team of the Year, but that's 11 spots. And nowadays, you know, De Bruyne, Salah, you write in half the players there and you don't get a chance to celebrate what I reckon would be about 40 players a year who could say, I was an all-star. I think that for me is kind of reason alone to do it, even if you don't play the game. Fixture list is the thing everyone points out, but you need to have a conversation about the fixture list anyway. Obviously, Todd Boehly's pitch here was that an all-star game could help money trickle down into the EFL. It could, you know, literally fund the EFL. Well, maybe that means you can kind of readdress some things to do with the EFL Cup, which for the big teams is a real slog. Obviously, the other thing that everyone said is maybe it could replace the Community Shield. I know I'm fighting a losing battle here. You know, all the great and the good, Nigel, Jamie Carragher, Thierry Henry, Jurgen Klopp, everyone in my Twitter mentions. No one's on my side here. But I think what you all need to know is it just would be fun. It doesn't have to be anything important. I don't think the players would like run hard, run fast, dive into tackles. I think it would be exhibition.
So why
6-5? It'd be a bit of fun, and then we'd have a free kick challenge.
So why do it? If it's not going to be competitive, why do it? That's how we grew up, James. Let's be real. No, it's not fun. It's not going to be competitive. Why do it?
But you remember the games when you were sort of, when you were a young kid and they ended 6-5 and you were playing on till, you know, your parents called you in because the sun's going down.
That was a long time ago for Nigel, though. We must not forget that, James. It was a long time ago.
It was a long time for me too. It would have a bit more of that atmosphere, I think. And I think, you know, when you watch, like, it's the build-up never quite satisfies the kind of final product, especially when you watch, like, I'm a big NBA guy. When I watch the All-Star game, after a while you're a bit like, oh god, I've seen enough trick shots and slam dunks. But I think it still is more fun than not. So yeah, let's give it a go.
Oh wait, hold on. James has said he watches the NBA All-Star game and he gets bored to death of it. And then we're over here. We listen to the analysis. We listen to the sports experts over here talk about, we need to reinvent the All-Star. It's pointless. No one defends. No one does anything. It's just a big show and it's a money grab. The Premier League doesn't need the money. It's the most successful and watched football league in the world. All for me, it's the arrogance of Todd Boehly to come over and say, we should learn from American sports. That is complete arrogance for someone who is the owner of Chelsea and still thinks Salah and De Bruyne are in their academy. That just shows the arrogance of it. Get to know your club and your community first before you start making these bold statements. I don't mind ideas. I'm all for ideas, but respect people's culture. For us, it's about the team we support, the city we're from, the kids that come through the local academy system. They become local heroes, the heroes we idolize. We don't need this whole Hollywood celebrity all-star game because it's going to turn, like you just said, James, it's going to be a popularity contest.
But I do think the culture that we all share, where we grew up supporting a team, you see signs nowadays that is changing, that Messi and Ronaldo have changed that, and that Haaland and Mbappe will change that. And I think to an extent, we all...
I'll have to disagree with you on that, James. I don't think so. I think more so it's because maybe there's more nationalities coming to live in England that people don't realize, but the real British people, they pick their team and they stick with it. True. They're very loyal about it. So maybe it's just because there's more nationalities coming into there of different backgrounds that people are seeing that. But for me, again, I personally just don't think it's a good idea. I think it's an absolute joke. And if he wants to come and make give ideas to the English game and how it can change and get better. So how about we go over there and give ideas to them? How about they bring a promotion and relegation system in their sports?
Yeah.
How about we give them that? Because then next thing you know, the next step is going to be, oh, we need to do a wage cap, and there's going to be no transfer fees. Now we're going to start trading players. Then there's going to be a luxury tax. No, football doesn't work like that. And I've said it before. He needs to concentrate on making Chelsea successful, because after that performance today, the press and the media are going to be on him about making Chelsea successful, because he's already embarrassing himself as an owner, where people who know the game, who study the game, and whether they're journalists or ex-players, they can identify whether a club is well structured or well run. You look at the transfer window they've just had, the period that they've just had right now, it's embarrassing. Brighton, that's a small club, is so well run and doing things so right compared to Chelsea. And it won't be long till these fans, and what Todd Boehly has to understand is this. This is Chelsea, a London club. If it goes back up for sale, you better know there'll be 5 or 6 groups ready to buy that club in a heartbeat. Just like the Glaziers, wealthy people, business people, they bought in Wall Street friends to run Manchester United. All they see is numbers, and all Man United fans are seeing is, get out of our club. Our club means more to us than all you money men and all the money you can bring in. They would rather burn that club down or start again from the bottom than let these people, or Americans, should I say, come with their concepts and their ideas with no knowledge of the game and take away from them what they love. That's only just me going at half pace. I'm going to stop there, Ian.
That is Nigel Reo-Coker's comments right there. Do you agree with them? Please let us know in your comments below. I'm going to give you a quick comment right here from Todd Boehly. He said that people are talking about, why don't we have more money for the pyramid? MLB did their all-star game this year. They made $200 million from a Monday and a Tuesday. You could do a North versus South all-star game from the Premier League to fund the pyramid very easily.
That's the worst bit. The worst bit is the North versus South thing. It's weird. Like, no one wants that.
Yeah, if you don't do that, James, you know, it's the same thing like you just said. It's going to be a popularity contest.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want the popularity contest.
There you go. See? Okay. But okay, you look at a player like Caicedo right now, right? At Brighton, centre midfielder. Fantastic player. Playing tremendously well. Great talent. Could go. You could see he's got the ability to play for a top team. He's not going to be picked in an all-star game because he's not playing for a fashionable club. That's the mentality that's going to come into it. And we're going to Hollywood and glamorize the Premier League. And I guarantee you, put it this way, imagine you're a club owner now. You give one of your top superstars to play in this meaningless game, but somehow they get injured because someone else they're playing against wants to be a bit more competitive, and you lose your star player for a season. How are you going to feel?
Yeah, I hear you, Nigel. Listen, we've got breaking news to give to you right now, Nigel Reo-Coker, because Miguel Brandao just dropped in the comments that he agrees with you and he does not agree with James Benge. So there's the one fan out there on YouTube that we found to agree with you. Thank you, Miguel Brando, for your comments. If you agree with Nigel, do you think this is a crazy idea to have the all-star game, North versus South in the Premier League? Let us know in the comments. Do you agree with James Benge that this would be a great idea? It would be something different. The next generation can learn from something like this. We should make it fun. Please let us know in the comments, or let the guys know directly on social media. You can also find us at Qué Golazo Pod on Twitter.